Start with this. On the surface, seems like a pretty monumental step.
It is.
Opening parts of China's economy.
It is. I mean, I think the next 10 years will be 10 great years for foreign business in China. It's starting in a very small way. The openings up are in the Shanghai Free Trade Zone, but it was exactly the same with the Shenzhen Zone in 82, 83. This will expand throughout China as they get all the details right. It's not a free market economy, it's a socialist market economy, so it will be guided, it will be directed. They will have their own priorities and preferences, but in general, it's a great opportunity for foreigners to get into the Chinese market.
So what's Beijing's thinking behind this? I mean, is this a part to boost the Chinese economy, but also perhaps to make Chinese firms who will now be competing with foreign firms to be more competitive?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't go to the British and say we want to invest inside Britain and then say to the British, but you can't invest inside China. The Chinese are recognising that it's how they control the activities and behaviour of shareholders that's more important than distinguishing one nation from another's nation's shareholders. So it really is a transformational period in Chinese in the Chinese market.
Oh, astonishing. Shan, let's turn to you. Is this going to make it easier for anybody to do business in China generally?
Definitely. I think as the 30 years of economy reform deepens, especially after this year's Congress meeting, there are some dramatic changes in China's directional governmental control of the economy. I think the economy is going to be much more freer, more open and fairer for all the parties to compete on the fair ground, including foreign investment, including the medium-sized or state-owned companies and also medium-sized privately owned companies. They will be competing on a fair ground, and also the government will be pulling out a little bit, not so much in control of the economy. They will let the business market run on its own. That's basically the message we got from the Congress meeting recently.
And Shan, can I ask you this? You want to expand in China. How easy, realistically, how easy is that? I mean, some companies have had some trouble doing that.
Oh, there definitely will be a lot of challenges, that's for sure. Especially, there are big differences in culture. The big difference is still the Chinese RMB is still not a free-floating currency in the international market. There will be a lot of challenges, but I think in general, the environment will be so much more opener and so much more freer and fairer for everybody to compete, really. And it's a great thing for the economy locally as well, because, Chinese market used to be quite closed and very controlled by the government. And nowadays we will see the much less meddling from the government side, and more companies will be competing freely. Yeah,
okay, and probably perhaps good news for consumers, certainly, or in China maybe.
Consumers in China will get more offers, more variety. I agree entirely with what Shan said. It's great news that China's opening up. It's a complex market to deal in, so make sure you know what you're doing. But great opportunities.
And let me briefly, because I want to mention this, what's going on with these cosmetics? There's the French, and we had Revlon, and now L'Oreal saying, when everybody's jumping into China, they're going, we're getting out.
So what are we finding? I mean, GSK found it as well. China is a very competitive market, and if you want to get big margins, China's not the place to go. I think what you'll find is Chinese and Korean cosmetic markets coming to Europe, and concerning L'Oreal here. I'm off to buy some myself.
Yeah, I can see the face, I can see. Shane, we've actually got to wrap that up, but I do want to ask you what you're wearing, the earrings and the necklace, part of your jewellery line?
Exactly, yes, it's our design, my design. It's
lovely stuff.
Destiny.
Lovely stuff. We appreciate your time, Shan Yu. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure to have you with us in this.